What's up, you guys? So I hope that you enjoyed that first kind of experiment science video that I did. My mom asked me if we could do some more, which I thought sounded really fun. So I debated between either doing a totally different science experiment, stuff that I found online, or kind of continuing with what we did last time. And I thought it would be kind of fun to just keep on doing that type of stuff because, number one, I love explosions. And number two, I think it's really important to understand that in the scientific world, like in elementary, I don't know if you guys have done science experiments, like if you did the whole like building your board, your cardboard board, where you explained, your hypothesis and your experiment and the purpose for your project and all that stuff. But sometimes I feel like those, while those are awesome, they can sometimes make it seem like science is just kind of doing one experiment and then creating a board, showing up to school and, forgetting about it. But really, science is all about taking what you learned from your experiment, building a new experiment, new ideas that you got, and putting them into practice. And we kind of did that in the last video, right? So after I did that first round, I realized a couple of things that I could try. We put those into practice, learned some things. So today I'm gonna go get some more materials. There's a few things that I was thinking about adjusting from how we did it last time. First thing, so last time you remember we talked about catalysts and how they are things that we mix in to our mixture that aren't actually part of the chemical bonds breaking and forming, but they're just there to help, right? So yeast was our catalyst. Well, I realized something. So soap actually does not react in that experiment. All it does is it makes a ton of bubbles and kind of a big mess. So if I'm right, I think we can actually do the experiment with just yeast and hydrogen peroxide. And it'll just turn into water and oxygen gas like we talked about last time. If you forget what I'm talking about, go back and watch the last video where I did the little lesson first. So I don't think we should have to add soap. And if I'm wrong, I have soap and I can very easily add it, but I don't think we need to add it. So I want you to brainstorm some ways that we could get our rockets to go higher. So, because that's the most fun, right? Is seeing them go up. So one thing for sure I know I need to do different is I need to make sure that kind of the legs that I'm creating for it to stand on are more secure, and that I've tested it so that I know that it stands up. Like I need to use better tape. I need to kind of make sure they're more even, because you saw, and actually there were some experiments that I didn't even include in the video where they just fell over, and then it's no fun if they don't go up, right? So that's one thing I want to do better this time. Then some other things that I was thinking about. So kind of the opening that when it blows up, how narrow does it get, I think will determine how high it goes. So the narrower, I think the higher it'll be. I'm not sure, but that seems to make sense to me just kind of from creating thrust. The weight of the bottle, kind of the shape of the bottle, maybe it would be kind of fun to try like a 2 liter, like see if that, but then again, that might be a lot of space and there might not be as much pressure built in there. I don't know. So maybe a really small one, maybe a really big one. I don't know. I'm just kind of brainstorming. This is kind of what science is thinking about how could we adjust our mixture. Like, should we do a lot less yeast maybe? Or maybe less hydrogen peroxide, and then how should we adjust like the cap so that it can build as much pressure as possible, but still allow it to explode, you know what I mean? Because the cork, I think, comes out pretty fast. So I'm wondering if there's a way that we could make sure that the pressure builds more, but that it still explodes, if that makes sense. So anyway, should be fun. I'm excited, and I'm gonna go pick up the materials and get started. So stay tuned, guys. All right, you guys, so it took me a couple of days to get everything gathered up and ready to go, but we are set. So hypothesis time. I'm going to show you all the different bottles just like I did last time. I want you to predict which you think will go the highest. I've tried to be better this time as far as the spokes that it's standing on, so that hopefully nothing tips over, but you never know. That's science. Sometimes that stuff happens. So first off, we've got just kind of a normal water bottle, kind of flimsy. We've got a smaller little Dr. Pepper bottle. Last time it was bigger than this. Got a little teeny lemon juice bottle that could be a fun one. This is like a little kid's drink that I got for Lily. And then we've got two green ones, a smaller green one, but I really liked the shape of that. And then a larger green one, pretty big. This is our biggest one today. So, regular water bottle, Dr. Pepper, kids, lemon juice, and then the two green, big and small. So, make your prediction in your head, and let's see how this goes.
This is this tiny Dr. Pepper bottle. It is currently leaking,
This.
so we don't think it's gonna work. Oh, maybe. Here we have the little kid's juice bottle.
Yeah.
I'm not totally sure if this one's gonna work either.
I got that on film.
What?
You're timid, like backing away from it.
Oh, it's still really tight. Wait.
Oh no. Can't do it.
Say, come on, Dad. This is a normal 16-ounce water bottle.
Come on, baby.
Wrapper's coming off.
So I didn't think this cap would be strong enough to hold, but I think it is. It might.
Look how fat that thing is. The wrapper busted off of it.
I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, look at how much that's exciting.
It's just a normal water bottle. Where'd it go? Wait, where is it? There it is, in the tree.
Told you.
Oh no.
This is the lemon juice one.
This is the lemon juice bottle.
1, 2, 5 out.
Josh, move it in the sun so I can see it. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come inside, Mom. Yeah.
Watch that. This bottle's gonna explode.
They want to.
Yes? Yes, indeed. Just came back. Alright guys, I hope you had a ton of fun watching that. I had a lot of fun doing it. So a couple of things that we learned. I was really excited about the really small bottles. In general, they did not work as well like the lemon juice one. What kept happening was that the pressure would build, but then the plastic bag that I shoved inside it would basically allow enough pressure to get out that it wasn't built up anymore, like once the cork came out, but then it would plug it so that the rest of the pressure couldn't launch it up. So that was a bummer. I was hopeful for the smaller ones, but this one was crazy. So it finally came out of the tree. I don't know how well you can see in this light, but this thing is just got like blown up like a balloon, which is just crazy, that plastic. But anyway, so I think we learned some things. You know, I think that this particular experiment is as much about the process, you know what I mean? Like how much I push the cork into the bottle. You know, if I put a cap on it, you know, is the cap too strong to be able to be blown off of it? Like this one almost was, right? Like I was a little bit worried that the whole bottle was just gonna burst. But eventually the cap got blown off of it and that allowed it to go up really high. So anyway, it's not a perfect science. You know, my plastic bag method is good in the sense that it gives me a few seconds to get the cork in or the cap on, but it's not perfect because sometimes the bag can get in the way like it did with the lemon juice bottle. So anyway, I'll keep thinking on it. Maybe we'll do a different experiment next, or maybe we'll continue to improve on this one. We'll just have to see. If you have any ideas, feel free to either comment on this video or email my mom and she can pass them on to me. If there's any experiments you want to see me do, always open to suggestions. So keep on keeping on with all this online school stuff. Stay safe, stay healthy, and till next time.